Hello, Grillers. Welcome again to another podcast. Another episode of the Grill and Chill and Grill podcast. We do it vice versa. So, today we are just going to have fun. We always have an uncensored conversations.
All the time.
And today we are going to have an awesome conversation about people who are mostly important in our life.
Yeah.
Who are those people?
I think those people
take it a bit down so that you don't hide your face.
I don't know that face. I don't must see me.
People
must see me.
Yeah, people deserve to see you.
Yeah, people deserve to see me. Anyway, I've got a nice, beautiful hairstyle.
Yeah.
Oh, got a beautiful smile.
You went to the barber.
Grill and not go to
I understand.
Standard.
Standard. You never disappoint when it comes to that, and you should keep it up.
People cannot just watch this and we looking like I don't know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, no. People they pay a lot of data, so
they pay a lot of data, so we need to respect them.
Yeah, I need to respect them.
We respect you, grillers, and we love you.
So, what's happening today? Who are we talking about? Those important people.
Today, obviously, it's a Women's Month to start with, and we're going to be speaking about this in Bogota.
Oh, in Bogota.
Yeah,
it's quite amazing. How did they come to that point where they say, "Umuntu in Bogota"? Maybe you can briefly just break it down, come straight, and maybe maybe there's a definition in Bogota.
I would try to use the analogy of a rock, obviously, because obviously in Bogota,
but it's a special kind.
It's a special kind.
You can't just take any rock and say in Bogota. In Bogota, I think it's that. I think it's the. If we go Kulimakaya, something. Kulimakaya. Roundish. And they use it for uksila umbila, they grill umbila, stuff like that. You cannot just, even if you can throw it down, you cannot just break. You understand? So I think it does a lot of things.
It comes from that.
It comes from that. And it's very important.
Didn't know about these guys, eh?
Hey,
Temba, this guy.
No, but they think maybe the listeners will tell us, or the viewers at home will tell us. Okay, plan to explain
why a woman called this in Bogota. Out of all things in Bogota.
Sorry, but it's really amazing because behind the Bogota thing, there's something amazing, But if you want to go far in life, you just need to give a woman an idea on stuff, and you'll go far. So, Innocent, do you have any women that you like to appreciate today? Behind every successful man, I know for sure there is a woman.
Well, Temba, I think for me personally, when it comes to women, it wouldn't be fair for me, dude, if I can just start speaking about anyone without first starting to speak about my mother, That woman, honestly speaking, Temba, I think she has played a very huge role in my life, For me to become the man that I am today, I think a lot of credits would actually go to her, because I was raised by her, I was actually raised by a single parent.
Yeah.
And I never saw that,
I never asked you, where's your father?
But I think we discussed this. We discussed it long time ago, My father actually passed away.
Oh, I think I remember.
Yeah, he passed away. So my mom had to come in, and play the father and mother figure in the house, And she has been doing that, and she's been doing it very great, I think she's one woman that has taught me a lot of values, because she's a value-driven kind of a woman, especially when it comes to issues of character. She's a very respectful. She's got a very beautiful trait of character, which is like respect. Because she's a very respectful person. At some point where sometimes, because I'm a grown up now, like I wouldn't really want to be as respectful as her, because I think sometimes it doesn't really enable you to be confident enough, I think I was just discussing the other day with some friends with him. I feel like because I grew up under a family which values respect so much, which was my mom. She valued respect so much, that woman, you know. So even myself, as old as I am now, dude, there's things that I really cannot do publicly, you know, because of
that my phone.
Of the fact that I've been taught respect.
People they are calling us. They want us to engage.
Timber. I think we must actually set the rules for the studio. We can't keep our phones on, dude, and we're in studio.
It's my wife, you know. It's talking about women.
This is disrespect to our grillers at home, you know, the people that are going to be watching us, and the ones that are going to be watching us. So yeah, as I was saying, dude, you know, I think my mom has taught me respect. She taught me about values. She has taught me about how to become a man. Even though she was a woman, dude, but I feel like she has nurtured me in that aspect. You know?
Yes.
And I'm like I said, I'm the person that I am now today. It's all because of her.
Yeah.
And you know, that woman, dude, I think she can turn a 0 into like 100, you know. That's how she is, you know. Because I mean, I've never really lacked anything because I've always had her by my side, you know. And for that I appreciate her. I think she's the first woman that if I can start speaking about women, definitely I would speak about her first, you know.
Yeah, no, I think it is. We are very much correct because she was there when you were born.
She was there when she was the first one to see you get on the set.
No sure, but that she was the first to see you.
Ideally, she was
from the family.
From the family.
Okay, but I get your point.
Yeah, so it's for me like they go to that woman first, but there's other women,
and stuff. Yeah, no, I think you are very much correct. You know, I think that's where you begin. You cannot speak about any women. You know, especially if you're not married.
That would be married to your mother.
You know, because like as time goes, you know, those aspects they change.
They change.
And it's not a matter of like who you are comparing to say who is.
It's not.
Definitely. You know, it's a matter of principle. You understand? But our mothers are very important.
Yeah.
You understand, because they play a huge role, as you have mentioned. For example, Nami, like in my life, my mother played a huge role. You know, my story is a little bit similar. You know, being raised by women.
Yes.
You understand? Just your story that your father passed on, my father left.
By the way, my father also. Before he actually passed on, he wasn't staying with us.
Okay.
I think he stayed with us up until to the age of when I was still 10 or something.
Yeah, you were still young.
Yeah, I was still very young. So he, you know, issues of life and families and conflicts, they separated. So then, since from then, I've been staying with my mother and
my sisters.
And my sisters.
Do you have a brother?
No, I'm the only man.
You don't say the boy. Like you're the man in the house.
I'm the man.
You're the breadwinner. You're the man.
I'm the breadwinner. What do you call this case? Oh, the breadwinners.
You're
so I control who.
I forgot to compliment you. I said that today you are dressed very well. Eh?
But you know me.
Mr. Sejus.
I'm kidding.
You know, automobile Lamborghini. Did you park some Lamborghini outside?
I'm actually planning to do that, you know. So they deliver the jacket first.
Yeah. Ladies, today is about you, and this man is about to park a Lamborghini. So I don't know, it's just a hint. You decide.
Let's go to your side now. Which woman would you give credit to?
Okay. It's quite okay. Obviously, I think we'll start with my mother. You understand? I've been raised, you know, to be the man that I am today. Because she's one person who played a huge role in my life. Raising me to be the person that I am. And knowing that I've seen her going through the most in life. You understand? I've seen her conquering sickness. I've seen her conquering poverty. I've seen her hustling. You understand? Working hard to ensure that you're taken care of, and we become who we are today.
Yes.
You understand, me and my siblings and stuff. So I think it's she's a woman that has been there since I was born.
Yeah.
You know, up until now I've grown up. You understand, and she's been there. I think that she deserves all the roses.
Yeah.
You understand, but as well as time goes on, you know, life moves on.
Yeah,
and stuff.
transformation.
Yeah, transformation and stuff like that. And but also she's always there.
Yeah.
Understand? One thing that I like about her, it's, she's very much a woman who appreciates.
Yeah.
You understand? She's not like other women who like
kind of a demanding
stuff. You understand?
And the blackmailing, because you do
blackmailing.
You know, I think toxic parents
and stuff. Yeah. But, so when it comes to her, she's not that type. She's not that type. She's very appreciative. So whenever I just would go home, whatever that I have, and share with her, she'll be, she takes it and she gets excited about it.
Yes.
You know, and she's supportive when you say, this is something that I need to pursue.
You know, speaking about that, now you remind me of my grandmother. Because I think she's also one person that has actually played a strong role in my life. Because after my father passed on, and I think she was like, now she came in, you know, and she's always been there, like almost deputizing my mother.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So she was like deputizing my mother, and whenever like I would give her something, dude, you know what? Even if it's a 10 rand, that old woman would like, yo, this is big to me.
Yeah.
But I recall at some point, you know, when I was still in primary school, I used to pass by her house, and you asked me to care.
Yeah.
I asked for, you know, care, and she would give me 50 cents, you know. And that 50 cents to her, like, it was a lot of money to and now to see that even her, she can still appreciate a 10 rand to
something else.
So it shows you, Guti, even that 50 cents to her, it really meant something big. So I think that is the second woman that I would actually appreciate into my life.
Speaking about grandmothers, they are very amazing. Like with my grandmother.
Yeah.
My grandmother, she's born again. She's very much prayerful woman. I think it's in mosque. Sometimes there's something that we once spoke about. I think, but I was with Mr. Patud. He was saying like, what? Sometimes you may not see the fruits. You know. Of, let's say you are praying now, and you are praying hard, you are being faithful to God. You understand? And as much as you are faithful and you don't see the result, sometimes the blessing they go to your another generation. So that's how she is, my grandmother. You know, from her side, you may not see all the fruits, but the grandchildren, you can tell the fruits. You understand? She's always prayerful. I remember growing up, every day whenever we are visiting. At night, we will go to one room, all of us will pray. You understand? And it will take long. And at some point, this is pattern of tongue. But she was like, she's like that, and she's still like that. And you know what made her to take long? Whenever she prays, she will pray for everybody. You understand? For all the family. Call us by names. I believe it's still today. Whenever she prays, she prays for me. You understand? She still does that.
And those are the prayers that are actually sustaining us.
Very much important. And there's also, you know, when you come with money, let's say you come with 200 rand, 500 rand, whatever money that you're going to give her, she will say, let's give it 100 rand. So I'm going to take 10 rand, I'm going to give it to church as a tithe. You understand? So she's a faithful tithe. And whenever you give her something, she'll say, no, we need to pray. You understand? And she leaves a blessing. So she's amazing.
She's an amazing woman. I think, Temba, you know, sometimes we don't say this a lot, you know, because I think it's because of the family dynamics that sometimes we're coming from. You know, when you're coming from a Kasi, there are things that we have somehow made them a taboo, you know. Like for instance, to say I love you to your mother, you know. I think in this video we have that opportunity to tell our mother, you know,
we love you, guys.
We love you, like honestly, we love you and we appreciate your love.
But it's something that we really need to break it.
We need to break that.
Because you'll find other people like maybe of our age, they've never heard their parents saying I love you. You understand? That can go a long way. You understand?
Yes, man.
you know that okay, they love you. You know,
but
they support you.
Never really had it, you know.
Yeah.
You've never think about it. let's say for instance you're in a relationship with a woman, you can see by her action that she loves you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But she doesn't say it.
Nah, but no, when you're in love, she tells you like I love you.
There are some women that can actually they can be in their relationship with you without necessarily uttering the words that they love you.
I want to see
they will do it.
I want to see those women. I want to see you how come can you be in a relationship with a person and you never tell them that
today we're not in relationships.
Yeah, but anyway, I just want to know. Please comment down below and tell us what's happening. What's happening with you?
Yeah, we want to find out, guys. Please tell us. No? Well, I think to move from there, Temba, then who are the other women now? Because of course we have moved now, I think, from the family parameters.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So now outside the family, who are these other women that
in my life I think I have a lot of women that I can appreciate. You understand? I will not want to limit to them.
Yes.
You understand? But there's also a special, it's not just because it's levels.
Yes, but
it's this principle.
I get you. Let's get into this principle.
Yeah, it's principle. You understand? I think this one comes first. You understand? My wife. You understand? You know? Yeah, no. She's really amazing.
Yeah.
I remember I had a diary. I don't know where it disappeared. I'll check on my boxes and stuff like that. I remember on one of my diaries, I wrote, behind it, and stating all the reasons why I love her.
Wow.
I think there are a lot, even the smallest things. You understand?
Yeah.
So that is Enika Pimodi.
Hello, Enika.
Hello. Yeah, I think it's I really appreciate her.
But Enika, let's just talk about Enika.
Yeah.
And who took me on that picture?
Which one?
That one that we're at Mandela Square thing.
No, I think it's me who posted the pictures.
You posted
the picture. Posted those pictures.
Yeah, dude. I'm just trying to go back to that time,
Yeah.
Enika has been a good woman, though, dude.
Yeah, she has been.
She's been a good woman.
She's been. I think it's in her genes.
It's in her genes. Like, she's a very respectful woman, and she's like, down to earth, very humble.
Yes.
Yet so confident, And she
that's my woman.
She's got that good character. She embraces herself as that kind of a woman. Remember when we had her? I think on GBR.
Yeah,
the student chapter.
Okay, yeah.
And she was like, she was like that kind of a woman.
She was the secretary.
Yeah, the secretary. And no, you actually brought her into that strategic position.
No, I brought everyone there. I recruited everyone to come and
but
say.
But to think of it, you've been eyeing it, like.
Not really. Honestly, I think if I were to tell you that, I would really be lying to you.
But I think even the time we went to Durban, remember with SEO, I was looking at those pictures recently. I think Enika got into your space because when you couldn't go and you were like, no, Enika must come.
I think maybe it was a coincidence, but it was not intentionally or stuff like that. It was me being a president and serving by that time. You understand?
No, but nonetheless, guys, I think Enika, she's been a good woman.
Yeah, she's been
got a very nice proven track record, right?
Yeah, she's quite nice.
Generally, she's good.
It's quite surprising. It's amazing how we also met. You understand? We started talking. Before all these things, we were like just cool. With Teba, hi.
You remind me.
You understand? Yeah. So it's always been that that. There was never an idea that came into mind to say, maybe one day, Min and I we will date and stuff like that. Yeah, so it's amazing. I think there was a time when I was single for some 2 or 3 years. I was like you understand?
Yeah.
So I was single, and being single, you are available, you're in the market, and you just meet people, you talk to people and stuff like that.
You converse.
Yeah, you converse.
Go out for coffee dates.
Yeah, not really. I didn't have much of those.
You're doing McDonald's, I know you.
Those ones, would do. You understand? So we started talking on Facebook. I think we started talking on Facebook for some time.
But we talked about that on the pilot edition.
Is it?
Yeah, we talked about that. So I think it's good that we move right along.
Yeah, but it was that part, you understand? So that's how we met and stuff like that. And we started dating, you understand?
Yeah.
I asked her out.
It's a beautiful love story. I think sometimes we need to come and talk about it.
Yeah, we met on Facebook. So yeah, but nonetheless, you're saying
Facebook
like, that's a woman that I really appreciate.
I'm going to inbox about it.
Yeah, so I think she's the woman that I really appreciate in my life. You understand?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes when you say when you say I'm blessed, you know, when you say God has blessed you, sometimes you don't need to look far. You just need to look at the person that God has brought into your life. And she's one person that God brought into my life, and my life started having a direction. She's the one woman who say when you come with an idea or a vision and stuff like that, she carries it as though she's the founder of the vision and stuff like that. She runs with it. You understand? So I think she's that's amazing. You know, she's not just supportive, but she carries the vision and she runs with it.
She sees it the way you see it.
Yeah, you know, there's the difference. Someone you can say, hey, I want to do this. Like, hey, I support you. Yeah, run with it. Yeah, that's good. But you know, she comes on board. You understand, and asks the relevant questions.
She becomes the part and parcel of the execution team.
Yeah, she builds and stuff like that. So I'm not afraid to say even I love her so much.
So in a way, you affirm I think the word that you have found favor through her.
Yeah, no, found favor. You know when we speak about Proverbs 31. Yeah, I know. She's mine, and she doesn't even give me stress. Oh, bro, some people can give stress. I think you have when you get to a point as a man, when you go to bed and sleep, and you feel that peace. You have peace. You have peace of mind. You don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about toxic and stuff like that.
You don't have to worry about where is a woman.
Where is my woman?
Because you know where exactly she is.
You understand? Yeah. So I think for me. I think that one. It's amazing.
No, that's nice, bro.
Yeah.
We thank Enika for coming into your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have seen your life coming together because she was there as a support structure.
Yeah.
Doing things. And doing, that's beautiful.
Yeah. So the other women, obviously, my sisters, they've played a huge role in my life, growing up together and stuff like that.
Let's talk about the relationship between you and your sisters. How is it?
It's good.
Let me just speak about mine and my sister. You know, my sister is a very difficult woman. Like, I love the woman.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, like, honestly. Yeah. But one thing I've learned, with me and her, we're like different.
Okay.
You know, this other day I was
how many sisters do you have?
I actually have two. An older sister and a younger one.
All right.
I'm speaking now about the older one because we grew up together, basically. This one has just come in now. I think she's 13 or something.
Oh, I know.
So she's still young. And we never really had that brother and a sister relationship as such because I was old now.
Now you're having a bracket, an older brother.
Yeah, now
he
sees me like an uncle, obviously, because I'm older now. But my sister, we grew up together, like we shared a lot of moments and stories. But there's one thing that, sometimes when I look at my sister, because, obviously I'm saying, I look at her, I'm like, would I be able to handle a woman though? Yeah. The way she's so difficult, but you get what I'm saying? Like she's very unapologetic and like, I think she's like a very straight person. And she's like, sometimes she's like, she easily gets frustrated. So that is how, the relationship that we have with me and my sister, this is sometimes
but difficult.
She's a difficult woman, dude, like very difficult. But we get along, because she knows, but I'm her only brother. I also know that she's my only sister now. Yeah. Other than me, she has no one else.
And then it's true. Anything happen, you guys need to come together.
We have to. There's no other way to like. And I think one other element that it's more important beyond that. Yeah. Because I mean, we have seen this thing is dominant amongst black families.
Yeah.
There's a lot of conflict that was like unresolved, by grandparents and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you find a lot of like black families, they don't really get along. You get what I'm saying? And if you ask Kuti, what's really the problem? They don't even know what problem.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But they still have those grudges. So I don't want that with my siblings. You know? I always try. Me, I'm a peaceful person. So because I'm a peaceful person, she's aggressive. Then at least we complement each other. You get what I'm saying? Like, I love this though.
So okay, I mean, I have I'm the last born at home. Yeah. So eventually, all my sisters are my older sisters. So okay, I have about 5 sisters. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm the last born. So, but I grew around because the other ones are in Nelspruit. That's where we grew up. So we never really had so much bond of a relationship that much. So they only have the relationship with themselves, that side. Yes. But we do call each other. We do check up on each other. If there's something, someone needs something, you know where to go. You understand? But this side of Witbank, I grew up with my 2 sisters. It's Amanda and Tandega. You know, those are 2 different people. Yeah, there are 2 different people. Yeah, you understand? So Tandega from like young age, she has always been that protective person. You understand? She's really protective. So and she's the one person who cares. You know, she has so much caring. I remember when, I think it was 2007, if I'm not mistaken, my mother was sick. So she had to go to Nelspruit to be taken care of by my grandparents. Yeah. So I was left with my sisters and stuff, Tandek and stuff. So Tandek always was taking care of me. Yeah. Everything. Doing my laundry. Like, I was like the younger. I was like the child. You know, I was like her own child.
Took over the mother role.
You understand? Yeah. And she has always been caring. And very protective. I remember when there's a scenario when we were young. I think I was 5 or something like that. Yeah. This other lady, girl, Washayo Amanda, my youngest, the other sister. You understand? Tande was everybody there. And she was young, man. She even took a bottle. You know, she's peaceful, but if you try to tamper with her, then she'll show you flames.
She'll show you flames.
Yeah, she's kind.
Oh,
she's like, quiet. You know,
isn't she one of those Guti? You know, they say in each and every family,
there's that
one that will say, no, Puma Spamba.
But okay, Tandela, she's not Puma Spamba.
Yeah.
So I think in my family, if you look in my sister's name, I'm Kuku and Amanda. Those ones, they talk a lot, you know. And these ones, they cannot they stay together in a house because both of them, they love directing, dictating. This must move, this must go there and stuff like that. So those ones, they cannot live together in a room. But if there's something happens, like the other ones, like let's go this bam and stuff like that. Tanda, she's the quiet one. You understand? But you don't have to mess with any other person in the house because she'll go there silently and deal with you. You know, but she's peaceful. Then Amanda is that one. Partner, she cares, man. She cares. I remember Amalobol, she's the one that went there to dress the guys, do all these things. They are quite loving, my sisters.
No, that's beautiful, Temba. And now I think I mean, Temba, when we speak about women, what comes first in your mind, like in terms of the overview of a woman? What is it that you think about when we start to speak about, mention the word woman, you know? What comes into you?
To me, it comes incubation.
Incubators indeed.
Yeah, no, it comes. That's the first thing that comes in my mind. That women are so much of incubators. Yes. Like, you know, you give them something. They give you. You know, they say you give them a meal. They give you what? A supper. You understand? Yes. So there are those people, you give them a raw thing, they give you something that is an end product. So that's what comes into my mind. Also, it comes that women, they're love. You understand? Women are love. Women are, they love. And hence I can say when a woman love, really loves. You know, also they care. You understand? They care. Also, they're just amazing.
Okay, Temba, you know, speaking about women, I think it's important that we actually speak about this phenomenon of gender-based violence, because yesterday I was speaking to this other friend of mine. She's a lady friend, you know, And as I was speaking, you know, we're just playing around, you know, and I think it happened that she actually wanted to ask me something. And then there was some point where she was like, "Yo, but I don't trust men now," you know. And when I asked her, "Uguti, where is it coming from?" She was like, "Yo, I mean, who does trust men now? Because apparently we are no longer safe around you guys, you know." Then that brought, you know, questions into my mind that really, is this how now we have become, you know, in the eyes of the women, you know? So what can you say, like, about this gender-based violence thing that is going on around the country?
You know,
especially for women.
I think it's what I was just looking to name. For example, like also growing up, there was a time where I lived with my father. And my siblings and stuff like that. We were all living together. So my father was a good person. You understand? He is a good person. What will happen? I think I wrote about it on the book that I've co-authored. The Chronicles of a Broken Man.
The Chronicles of a Broken
Man. From Monday up until Friday, at home will be nice. The house will be good. We'll be enjoying. We'll be that good family. You understand? But when it comes to on Friday, you know, after work at night, we'll go out, spend time with the friends, drink alcohol, and whenever.
Your father?
Drink alcohol. When he comes back, he comes back drunk around 12 o'clock at night, midnight. You understand? Sometimes 1 a.m. Mind you, I was still about 9 years old around that time. And we'll start fighting. You understand?
So you would start fighting with the mother? Or you'd fight with you guys?
No, I start fighting with my mother. You understand? And you know how it is, like making a lot of noise, fighting and stuff like that. And you used to have this smaller nyana zembe.
So you would take out the zembe?
Take out that thing. You understand? And because we're living in a shack, so it meant that all of us, then my mother would start running. You understand? And not just run. You understand? It means that also we need to run. I remember there was a time where I had to run alone at around 1 a.m. at night.
Late at night.
I think I wrote about it in the book as well. I was running alone, not knowing where I was going. And mind you, I was living in a squatter camp. There's no electricity. It's quite very dark. Lucky enough, I saw other men sitting outside this other house.
I don't know about that time then.
I think it was around 1 a.m. Understand? And they took me in, and they brought me back the following day at home. Understand? And they tried to talk with my father and stuff. So where am I going with this stuff? I've seen how it is traumatic. You know how bad gender-based violence is. You understand? It's really bad because you will tell. Will tell my mother loved my father so much. You understand? It was quite difficult also to live.
Because it actually becomes difficult, especially if you love a person.
So it was quite difficult. But we knew that every Friday, every weekend, we will dress up. We will sleep dressed, ready to run. You understand? So from my side, knowing how gender-based violence is, I will say it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing. It's really bad. It affects it affects women. It affects our outlook as well as men. You understand? So we don't have to participate.
We need to behave like human beings.
And but also gender-based violence is also quite broad. I think it's something that we need to look into.
But quickly, broad. Just because before you break it down, man, I want to share with you. I think we also share like a similar story when it comes to that. Like I told you, with my mom, I was raised by a single parent. And my father, I think he left my mom at the very early age when I was still young, So my father used to be, I think he used to be abusive. He used to be abusive as well, because when you talk about your story, you just remind me of my story as well, But one thing that I like you said, your father used to drink most and come back at home and now start all this
shenanigans.
The shenanigans of now trying to beat up women and stuff.
Banana Republic.
And you are not drinking, you understand? So what I'm trying to say is you don't necessarily become where you're coming from. Because
that's true.
I think a lot of people have that misunderstanding that just because you are coming from a family that maybe there was a component of gender-based violence, so eventually you are like that,
But I think when it comes to that, just to come in through quickly, I think it becomes a choice. You understand?
Yes.
I've once heard of a story of two brothers who were raised by from a poor background, and the father was kind of like drunkard, very so violent and stuff. And one brother decided to say, you know what, because of the situation, I'm gonna work hard and change my life. And he did so. He studied, worked hard, and he got to university and he succeeded in life.
He wanted to
change the circumstance. The other one said, no, but I'm from this background. This defines me. There's nothing I can do about it. I have inherited this. I will continue to be like that. And that person remained the same. So I think it's all about the choice. You being raised from an abusive family, you understand? If abuse cannot, as I was saying earlier, abuse may not only be physical, but can be psychological, also financial and stuff like that. So you can change that.
Yes, absolutely. I agree with you there. Like I was saying, Guti, Nami, I also grew up under those circumstances, But for me, Nami also wanted to become like the better person.
The better person.
It also depends.
Because you've seen how your mother was suffering. So you don't want to bring that pain to your own wife. You understand? And also it makes a family to be dysfunctional.
Definitely.
And also when you become an abusive a spouse, you understand, a husband, you make the house to be very dysfunctional to a point that relationship may not even last. And when it does not last, it means like now the woman or someone else needs to raise your children. And now what does that mean? It means now children being raised by single parents, you understand? And families, especially as young men, we need both parents. We need our fathers in our lives. You understand? But true. If you perpetuate violence, you mean that you're going to break apart the family that you're trying to build.
And what are you trying to teach to the man that is coming after you? So for me, like Temba was saying, my father used to be abusive, but in my life, dude, I've never hit any woman. And I've told myself that I will never be abusive to any woman. For me, any relationship, it has to come to, that is why the other day I said communication, I value communication. I believe that we can actually, everything we can always resolve it, at the communication level. You know what I'm saying? We don't necessarily have to do things that are unnecessary. That is why I said, Kuti, for me, communication is important.
It's very important. Also, another thing that we need to look into, this gender-based violence, especially. Gender-based violence is not only for women and stuff like that. You understand? So it is broad. It is a gender. So the men who are being abused by women. But today we are not on that subject. You understand? I think we'll touch base on it because there are men who are being abused out there. We'll touch base on it on some other time. But because today we are looking in terms of the abuse of women and children. You understand? I think we must classify it on that part. So it's a hectic thing, and sometimes when you look back, there are things that supports or things, the causes of that. As I always say, there was no man who was born to say when I grow up I want to be a rapist. No one was born and say when I grow up. Think about it. No one was born to say I want to abuse women, I want to beat up a woman, stuff like that. So these things, they become traces. So you understand. I remember growing up. Growing up, you start to have girlfriends and stuff like that. At the adolescence and stuff like that. One of my friends, they always he had a girlfriend. So one day, they always, sometimes they'll talk, but the woman will not listen. You understand?
Yeah.
Then one day the man, you understand? The woman will focus. You understand like that. So to him at that young age, it was saying, okay, maybe this is an answer. And it worked. And it worked. So he thought that was the solution. You understand? So sometimes those things are just traces where we as men also we need to go back. You understand?
And try to readdress.
Readdress about those things. Yeah, but also this abuse also said like this is quite broad. You can be psychological, emotional, and stuff like that. So we need to talk about it. Also can be financial because there are men who eats women's money out there. You understand? And they are there because they are the money. Nowadays
we have a lot of those. Yeah. But also speaking about that, Temba, I think as men, how we actually being raised, because remember most of us we're coming from a single parent household,
which is a woman who's raising you.
In that household it's the woman that is raising this man. But now who is actually raising us is the guys in the corner shop.
And I think it's
I always say I also had the same advice at some point. I think when I was still very young in primary school, I was dating primary school or high school, I'm not sure. Is dating this other woman now, because obviously there's no father figure in the house. You always go back to your friends in the tuck shop whenever you guys are sitting there by the corner, you're discussing stuff. They're like, yo, dude, if she does like this now, you know what it means? It means you understand? That's what the advice that we get from our friends, because we've got our own caves as men, growing up and from childhood. And those are the things that sometimes, if we are not careful enough, we start embracing even later.
I think it's something that I've also highlighted also on the book of Chronicles of Broken Men. That we as men, we are born. You understand, in a society which already has a set standards of what is a real man, what defines a man, and I want to find out most of the definitions that we think we know what makes a man are actually myth, things that have been created in the corner that you're talking about. You understand? So, for example, for example, also like we learn about this thing in the Stellar School of Integrity in terms of the definition of understanding manhood. So we're taught to say there are a lot of myth that revolves around what is a real man. Someone else would say being a man, it's all about you having a lot of women. You understand? Defines you. And it starts from an early age because young boys or even people in the street that you're talking about. But okay, just because you want to prove a point
then you have your ego
to your ego. I remember growing up like in Coronation, there were these boys, group of boys. They will always want to sleep with girls and stuff like that, and they'll want to leave an evidence. Take a woman to their room. When they come out, they leave the condoms so that they come and show each other the condoms. Like, they use condoms. I've slept in and stuff. So to them it was that's how a man is. A man must have multiple sexual partners. We have one of which is a myth.
And very funny, Temba, we still have
and that thing also
men that believe in that kind of mindset that they believe that as a man you need to have multiple women,
and that thing, it also it has a negative impact, not only to you as a man but also to the society, because other ones you come sleep with that woman, she falls pregnant, you don't have any intention of being with this woman. It means that now this woman, you are going to force this woman to what, either do abortion, or if she refuses to keep to do abortion, it means that now she has to raise that child. You understand? And you won't be there. You have to co-parent. At some point, others they even run.
They run away. Because remember, some of these pregnancies they happen like accidentally. So they were not planned.
No, it's planned.
Because we're trying to fulfill those egos of
those things. Hence, we find out now we have a lot of children who are raised by
scattered all over
and stuff, and raised by the streets, and getting the definition of what is a man in the streets, of which it becomes wrong. And so there's other myth, that also perpetuate these things of gender-based violence. You understand? That the man is strong. You understand?
This masculinity.
A man must be that strong. Understand? But to say if you are kind of like skinny and stuff like that, you're not a man enough. And a man must be strong emotionally.
And the other thing, Temba, I think because of this abuse, there are some women that have been conditioned to think that a man is a man that would actually lay hands on you.
Yeah, I remember actually, you'll be shocked about the things that you also hear from other women out there. Just not, hasn't. I show me the month on mina. I seen that man.
No, they'll say
I'm shy.
because
that women who are like,
they
think like it's a man must lay a hand on you so that you can respect him. That's not the case. You need to have someone that you can talk.
He can reason
and stuff.
He can be logical about things.
Yeah, man.
And he's got a way of resolving conflict. Because there's multiple mechanisms of how you can actually work around conflicts as human beings. Because I mean, for the fact that we are human, it means we are bound to err, right?
Yes,
we're imperfect human beings. But now, after we've created a situation where there is conflict, what do we do from there? Because I think that is what is most important. In this case, we resolve, we repair. And how we repair, we're not going to say that now we're going to start beating people.
Don't do
that.
I don't do that.
You engage. And we find a system that works for both of us.
If things are not working, you find a solution. Other than having to fight and trying to keep somebody in need and
the other thing I think that Temba that actually make men to be abusive.
Patriarchy.
Yes, it could be patriarchy.
Yeah.
But it could also be the pressure that is imposed of masculinity.
Yeah.
To think that as a man, like you said, Guti, I need to be tough.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? And now your toughness, now you think it's physical.
It's physical. They also speak about you being emotionally
God did not create you to be tough. Of course, you are a tough man in terms of your
structure and stuff.
But you are there to pick up things.
To help. You use your strength to protect. You remind me of this other act. Yeah. I think it's an old act. I think 2000 will not understand it. Ngizosebenzisa amandla.
I remember that.
Wenzani ukuvikela indodakazi yakho, not using the strength to beat up
this woman.
That was irrelevant.
It was very much relevant to it. So I think, but also, sometimes we get into relationships where we are insecure. Like you can see that the woman maybe she's not on your league.